Hello. Well, I made a video all about inflation in the UK. Although I say so myself, it was quite a good video as well. Not a barrel of laughs, but fairly knowledgeable. It's not that I knew so much about the subject at 7 o'clock this morning, but I did quite a bit of research, since the one thing I have in common with Rachel Reeves is that I'm not an economist. So I had to start from basic principles in order to sound even halfway knowledgeable. As I said, I started at around 7 this morning and finally made the video by around 1 p.m. It's not that it's terribly learned, it's just that I wanted to make sure I had all the background in my head, and then I uploaded it, and there it is on the various platforms all ready to go. But you can't see it, can you? And the reason for that is quite simple. I haven't made it public. And for this reason, while I was whiling away the minutes as the video were uploaded to the various platforms, I started watching Mansur Ashkar's video on the latest news from the Middle East. And that was it. How could I talk about inflation rates when life and death was going on over there in southern Syria, Suweida, a Druze town? So I'm going to give you just a little taste of what's happening there. And I'm going to leave a link to Mansur's video so you can know more if you want to have your day completely wrecked. I'm Granniopteryx. Please like this video, please share it, and please subscribe to my channel. If you want to make a donation, perhaps you might consider giving it to the British Druze Society. I'm leaving a link to their webpage in the description. So what's going on is this. Here's a map of Syria. Contrary to many European perceptions of this chunk of land, it isn't really a country in the way that we understand country over here in Europe or the Americas or even many Asian countries and Australasia. Syria is full of all sorts of tribes. It's a tribal conglomeration. The area here, this bit here, you see it's covered by this chart here, but that's all desert. And that's more or less open territory for the Bedouin. Then there are pockets of Alawites, especially here, and Christians. And the Druze are mostly concentrated here and here, these blue areas. And Suweida is there. So the jihadist and ex-ISIS commander, Mohammed al-Julani, who now prefers to be known as Ahmed al-Sharaa and is pretending to be a proper politician, is nominally in command of Syria now. I'll remind you what Syria looks like. These are all tribes with their own versions of what law should be. I'm not sure that al-Julani is in command, really, as you saw, of that disparate spread of peoples with different agendas. But it doesn't matter if he is or if he is not. What has happened is that a wave of jihadis, particularly for some reason the Bedouin here, I suppose they just want to extend their own territory, actually. Anyway, they are being particularly nasty. Mark Twain described the ferocity and barbarism of these tribes because, you see, there's Israel down here, and they were in that area down there as well. And Mark Twain was talking about the dishonesty and violence of these tribes when he was touring the Holy Land in the 1860s. So the Bedouin and a motley crew of other jihadis, either at Julani's behest or as a freelance army of mutant excrement, have swept into the Druze stronghold of Suweida and like the Golgothans that they are invading anywhere where living creatures might be found and simply killing everyone and everything they can find. Ashkar says that messages have been intercepted to the various members of this pile of murderous feces to kill everyone, men, women, children, old people, anything alive, so there are no witnesses. And further, the instruction is to be careful not to film anything on their smartphones so that the evidence doesn't leak out that way. Apparently they are so filled with bloodlust they're not even slowing down for a bit of unaffiliated raping or looting. They're just foaming with blood in their eyes, in their ears and from their mouths and noses. This is jihadism. And just like I made videos about ISIS and Hamas, so I'm making a video about this particular wave of feculence. And of course, I have to ask, what are the righteously indignant social justice warriors in the UK saying about it? Where are the demos in the street? Where are the banners and the flags with Syria, stay out of Suweida and ceasefire now? Not a bit of it, not so far as I've seen anyway. And what have I heard on the news? Well, bugger all. I've had reports from Israeli sources and that's about it, really. So, I just thought you guys might like to know what's going on because nobody else is talking about it. That's it. I'm leaving the links, as I say, in the description. Till next time. You can help my channel by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. That's quite important. And by sharing if you're so inclined. Links to my other channels and to donation methods are in the description. But the best way you can help is simply by clicking like and notify. Thank you.